Question number 1. What is the main function of the lymphatic system? A. To produce red blood cell. B. To transport oxygen to tissues. C. To return excess fluid to the bloodstream. And D. To regulate hormone secretion. The most correct answer should be C, which is to return excess tissue fluid to the bloodstream. The lymphatic system collects interstitial fluid and returns it to the venous circulation, preventing tissue edema. Question number 2. What is lymph? A. Plasma without proteins. B. A colorless fluid containing white blood cells. C. A secretion from sweat glands. And D. A digestive enzyme. The most correct answer is B. A colorless fluid containing white blood cells. Lymph is a clear fluid formed from interstitial fluid that contains lymphocytes and other immune cells. Question number 3. Where is the lymphocyte primarily produced? A. The heart and the lungs. B. The bone marrow and thymus. C. The liver and spleen. And D. The kidneys and pancreas. The most correct answer here should be B. The bone marrow and thymus, because the B cells mature in the bone marrow while the T cells mature in the thymus, and they are both key lymphatic organs. Question number 4. Which organ filters blood and helps fight infection? A. The lymph node. B. The liver. C. The spleen. And D. The pancreas. The most correct answer here should be C, which is the spleen. The spleen filters old red blood cells and also store white blood cells to help fight infection. Question number 5. Which structure prevents the backflow of lymph? A. The sphincters. B. The lymphatic valves. C. The capillary pores. And D. The arterioles. The most correct answer here should be B, which is the lymphatic valve. The one-way valve in the lymph vessel helps to ensure that lymph flows towards the thoracic region and not backward. Question number 6. The largest lymphatic vessel in the body is A. The right lymphatic duct. B. The setsina chyli. C. The thoracic duct. And D. The jugular vein. The most correct answer here should be C. The thoracic duct. The thoracic duct drains lymph from most of the body into the left subclavian vein. Question number 7. Which lymphatic organ is most active in children but shrinks with age? A. The spleen. B. The thymus. C. The tonsils. And D. The lymph nodes. Most correct answer here should be B, which is the thymus. The thymus is crucial for T cell maturation during childhood, and it decreases in size, which is also called involution, with age. Question number 8. Which of the following is not a lymphatic organ? A. Spleen. B. Thymus. C. Tonsil. And D. Pancreas. Most correct answer should be D, which is the pancreas. The pancreas is part of the digestive and endocrine systems and not the lymphatic system. Question number 9. What is the main role of the lymph nodes? A. To produce insulin. B. To filter lymph and trap pathogens. C. To produce red blood cells. And D. To absorb nutrients. The correct answer here is B, which is filter lymph and trap pathogens, because the lymph nodes act as the biological filters, which contains macrophages and lymphocytes to destroy harmful substances. Question number 10. What is Chyle? A. Lymph rich in glucose. B. Lymph rich in proteins. C. Lymph rich in fats absorbed from the intestine. And D. Lymph from the spleen. The most correct answer is C, which is lymph rich in fats absorbed from the intestine, because chyle is a milky lymph formed in the small intestine during fat absorption. It is carried by the lacteals. Question number 11. Which type of white blood cell is most abundant in lymph? A. Neutrophils, B. eosinophils, C. lymphocytes, and D. basophils. The most correct answer here should be C, which is lymphocytes, because the lymph is rich in lymphocytes, which is the B and the T cells, which are central to immune responses. Question number 12. Which lymphatic structure absorbs dietary fats in the small intestine? A. The Peyer's patch, B. the lacteals, C. the lymph nodes, and D. the thoracic ducts. The correct answer here is B, which is the lacteals. The lacteals are specialized lymphatic capillaries in the intestinal villi that absorb and transport dietary fats. Question number 13. Where is the largest clusters of lymph nodes found? A. the lungs, B. the brain, C. the cervical, axillary, and inguinal regions, and D. along the spinal cord. The most correct answer here should be C, which is the cervical, the axillary, and the inguinal region. Now, these regions are major filtering points where lymph from the head, the arm, and the legs passes through the nodes. Question number 14. Which of the following statements about lymph flow is true? A. It is driven by the heart's pumping action. B. It flows in a closed circuit. C. It depends on muscular contraction and breathing. And D. It flows faster than blood. The most correct statement here is C, which is it depends on skeletal muscle contraction and breathing. Lymph is actually moved by skeletal muscle activity, respiratory pressure changes, and one-way valves. Question number 15. Which of the following helps to defend against pathogens in the throat area? A. the spleen, B. the thymus, C. the tonsils, and D. the Peyer's patches. Most correct answer is C, which is the tonsils. The tonsils actually trap and remove bacteria and other pathogens entering through the nose and the mouth. Question number 16. What happens when lymphatic vessels are blocked? A. dehydration, B. edema, C. hemorrhage, and D. anemia. The most correct answer here is B, which is edema, because blocked lymph vessels prevent drainage of intestinal fluid, causing tissue swelling, which is also called lymphedema. Question number 17. The right lymphatic duct drains lymph from which region of the body? A. the entire body, B. the right upper quadrant, C. the left side only, and D. the lower limbs. Most correct answer here is B, which is the right upper quadrant. This is because the right lymphatic duct drains lymph from the right arm, the right side of the head, and the right chest. Question number 18. Which immune cell mature in the thymus? A. the B cells, B. the T cells, C. the natural killer cells, and D. the macrophages. Now, we have talked about this before, so we should know that our answer is the T cells. The thymus provides an environment for immature T cells to mature and to become immunocompetent. Question number 19. Which of the following is a function of the spleen? A. filters lymph only, B. stores and destroys red blood cells, C. produces cerebrospinal fluid, and D. produces insulin. Now, I know this sounds like I'm repeating these questions, but this can actually also be an examination question. So the most correct answer here should be B, which we have talked about before, on how the spleen stores red blood cells and white blood cells for protecting the body, which is for immune functions. So the most correct answer here should just be B, which is it stores and destroys red blood cells. Question number 20. Which lymphatic organ is most directly associated with immune surveillance and blood filtration? So we have A, the thymus, B, the lymph nodes, C, the spleen, and D, the tonsils. Again, this is just like a repeated question, and we all know the answer is C, which is the spleen. The spleen monitors the blood for pathogens, recycles the red blood cells, and also supports immune function. So there you have it, 20 questions on the lymphatic system. And I hope 1 or maybe 5, 6 or 10 of these questions is going to come out in examination, and then you are going to get them easily. And I also hope you learned something from this video. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.